The death toll in a militant attack on a mosque in Egypt's North Sinai rose to 305 killed, including 27 children, according to a state news agency, with 128 more listed as wounded. Egyptian President Abdel al-Sisi met with the chiefs of his security services and vowed a decisive response against the perpetrators, although no one has yet acknowledged responsibility for the attack. Egypt's public prosecutor said the assailants were carrying an Islamic State flag. Back in Croatia, since November 25th is observed as the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, Croatia's gender equality ombudswoman Višnja Ljubicic appealed for the urgent ratification of the Convention on Preventing and Combating Violence Against Women and Domestic Violence, better known as the Istanbul Convention. She pointed out that this year alone, police recorded 10,000 cases of domestic violence, in which 16 women were killed. Višnjic expressed dismay that the Istanbul Convention is being mischaracterized by certain political groups and associations in Croatia as a document aimed at imposing what they call gender ideology. She stressed that the document is written in a simple style and is focused exclusively on gender-based violence against women. On Saturday, Varaždin County Prefect Radimir Čačić said that the county and the Education Ministry have found common ground and that a settlement process between them will begin in about 10 days' time to resolve the question of the government's commitment to the county in the field of education. This is a matter of 45 million Croatian kuna for new educational projects in the county. Earlier, there was some verbal back and forth on this matter between the prefect and governmental officials, but apparently the problems were smoothed out in a meeting held on Friday between Čačić and Deputy Prime Minister Predrag Štromar and Education Minister Blaženka Divjak. Property ownership implies certain obligations which many in Croatia apparently do not accept. In this regard, the Dalmatian town of Vodica has taken matters into its own hands. For the past 3 years, it has been taking care of abandoned lots, mowing and clearing farmland and the trails between them, and then sending the bill for completed works to the landowners. This has a dual effect of beautifying the landscape, but also, and more importantly, preventing wildfires, which took quite a toll this past year not only in Vodica but in much of Dalmatia. In sports, at the qualifications for next year's World Men's Basketball Championship, the Croatian team opened up the tournament with a loss against home team Netherlands. The final score was 61-68. The Croatian team is participating without some of its best players. In hockey, Zagreb's Medveščak defeated Hungarian team Fehérvár in an away match on Friday evening with a score of 4-0. Medveščak is currently ranked 5th in the league with 33 points. And finally, the weather forecast for the rest of the day. According to Croatia's National Weather Bureau, conditions will remain unstable, with mostly overcast skies on the northern coast and at places in the adjacent western highlands. Rainfall on the northern coast and adjacent areas will become more frequent, and increased clouds at the end of the day can be expected elsewhere on the coast and parts of the central interior. Sirocco winds will intensify on the coast, running from strong to very strong, while the sea surface will be moderately wavy and then wavier at day's end. Today's temperatures range from 12 to 17 degrees Celsius in most of the country. As clouds continue to increase in the interior, precipitation will become more frequent, and this will take the form of snow or snow mixed with rain where temperatures are cooler at the higher elevations. A blanket of snow will form at some highlands, and there may even be some snowfall at lower elevations over the course of the morning and afternoon. Conditions will be mainly dry and cold at the beginning of the coming week. Unstable conditions on the coast will bring rainfall and heavier showers accompanied by thunder, with more abundant precipitation at places. The Sirocco will already turn to bore winds in the north this evening, and these will spread down the rest of the coast tomorrow. After a relatively warm start, as evening nears, there will be a noticeable drop in temperatures, and the occasional snowflake may be pushed down the coast by the bore winds, especially overnight on Sunday into Monday morning. The bore winds, which will lead to clearer skies on Monday, will abate by Tuesday.